So, Miraculous Ladybug, one of the worst shows I have seen, to be honest. But I love it dearly, and for that, I wanted to make a rewrite and redesign of them. So, in the background footage, you will see me redesigning Marinette. Something I wanted to say about her design, I love her civilian design. It's good. I like it, okay? I like the design. So I mostly kept it the same, tweaked a few bits, changed her hair, because I hate her hair. Her hair is horrible. Like, what are her pigtails? What are her pigtails? Like, let's be serious. Her pigtails, terrible. Could have been better, though. Maybe if they weren't just, like, too... It's not even like a bun. It's just bad. They're too much form and not enough hair, basically. So instead, I decided to yoink Lila's hair a little bit. Just like her two, like, front fringe things. Yeah, I kind of just yoinked that. And also, I took some inspiration from Charlie from Has Been Hotel and gave her, like, two elastics in her hair. So, that... you can probably see that. I'm not sure if the recording will keep up or not. I don't know. This is the first time I'm recording a video like this. So, for Ladybug, instead of it being just a spandex suit, I decided to get inspired by traditional Chinese armor, and I took some inspiration from that and some inspiration from just like ladybugs themselves. And I was thinking about Mr. Bug the entire time, a little bit. But Mr. Bug is so good. He doesn't have spots everywhere, which makes his design look cohesive. It wouldn't give motion sickness if in 2D. Thomas, why'd you make the show 3D just for her design? You just needed a little less dots. Bro, less dots. Just less polka dots. Would have been great. I also gave her a bun because when in her multi-mouse form, she had two buns, but like I didn't want to like just yoink. I didn't want to just yoink that, so I just yoinked one bun and made it bigger. Those two like pins in her hair, they have like fan things on them. I just thought the fan part was a cool bit of the design. They could have just been pins, or like, I don't really know what they're called, but like, you know. So basically, they could be used as something that she could like throw at an enemy. I'm thinking they're like pointed at the other end, and because of the fan, they'd be easier to throw. So she has that way of just like harming someone, I guess. So yeah, that's fun. I like that. The armor is because it's better to have armor than not in a fight. I kept her yo-yo, but purely because I had this thought of like the weapons as well, following the thing of the costume is from the desire of the person and blah 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 lore stuff. You know. If you're watching this video, you've probably seen at least the first 5 seasons because you're disappointed, but you're also addicted to the show. Or you haven't, and I'm just yapping and you have no idea what I'm talking about. Which is probably going to be most of you because I only have like 12 subscribers, and all those people followed me for Undertale content. This is mostly for myself. But Marinette specifically, I decided, so let's go into more lore now, because design yapping, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how to articulate all of my feelings. I put all the references on one side of the canvas. You can see all those. That's probably nice, right? I think. So basically, now Marinette is the granddaughter of Master Fu. Either he's going to be called Master Cheng now, or Fu's going to be his first name. I haven't really decided on that part, but like either way, his last name is Cheng. He is Sabine's father. He trained Marinette since she was a kid to hold the mouse Miraculous, and also he trained Sabine to hold the Ladybug, but then Sabine got into a car accident and had her legs paralyzed. While a Miraculous holder can be disabled if they have like a prosthetic or like amputee. If it's an amputee that could have a prosthetic, then the Miraculous will generate prosthetic. But for Sabine, because she's paralyzed, it could give her a wheelchair, but having a wheelchair isn't very good for hero work. It would be difficult, basically. So since she's not an amputee, she can no longer hold the Miraculous. But there is a good thing, because Tiki did bond with Marinette. And because of that bond, it makes it easier for them to transform and train together. Also, humans can only have one bond with a Miraculous, but Kwamis can have a bond with multiple humans, because human minds are not capable of having multiple bonds with the Kwamis, due to the fact that they also now have a psychic link with each other, and I don't think a human mind could handle 2 psychic links with magical beings that are basically gods. I don't think I need to explain how that could be bad for the human mind. But because Marinette had all this training, when she got her yo-yo, she was surprised, because she was expecting an actual weapon, because she trained with actual weapons, because Master Fu wanted her to be prepared about whatever it could be. So, she doesn't really know how to use her yo-yo properly for both transportation and as a weapon. After Hawkmoth appeared, she's been, trying to handle the Akumas by herself, but it's proving very difficult, because there is damage that she can't reverse, because I'm getting rid of the reversal power, unless, she can still, make stuff to fix everything, but she only has 3 things she can create at a time, which would be her lucky charm, a second lucky charm, or in later seasons, the charms that she gives out after someone gets akumatized. And the last thing would be, stuff to fix everything. But she can't break anything down, so she'd need someone more destructive to help her with that part. But even then, our little cat wouldn't have that much training. But regardless, she asks Master Fu, Master Cheng, whatever, or her grandfather, if she can have a partner. And Fu was like, yes, we probably need you to have a partner now, because everything's getting more difficult, and we weren't expecting someone to use the butterfly in this way. This was a surprise. None of us knew this would happen. So Master Fu gives Marinette the black cat and says, I want you to find a partner. I specifically want you to do this instead of me choosing, because I want this person to get along with you. That way we know you're compatible as a team. Right? He wasn't just going to throw some random person out. So, I don't think I said this, but Marinette is 20 in this rewrite, purely because I don't think Master Fu in this rewrite would give a teenager the power to create whatever they want, and also wouldn't give a teenager the power to kill a man by touching them. They are 20. They're in college. Marinette is a fashion student. So Marinette's going around her campus trying to figure out who to give this Miraculous to. She's thinking, maybe that journalism girl, because she's had a few interactions with her, and she's great. She's amazing. Marinette likes her. She's a good friend. The journalism girl is Alia, by the way. But she bumps into Adrian and Chloe, 2 people in her fashion class. She doesn't really talk to them. Chloe's quite mean to her, and she doesn't really know Adrian at all. All she knows is that Adrian is Gabriel's the son, and Gabriel is the person who she admires as a fashion person. So she apologizes, she gets up, helps Chloe up, but she doesn't notice that she dropped the box containing the ring of the power to kill a man and the world. She doesn't notice this until she gets to Alia and is like, hey, I have a gift for you. And she goes into her pocket, but she can't find it. She can't find the ring. So she starts panicking. Where did I put it? But in order to recover, she pulls out something. She pulls out, probably a donut that her parents made or a croissant and gives it to Alia. Maybe she had it as a treat. I don't know, but she gives something to Alia in order to, like, not seem weird because, you know, she's panicking right now that she just lost the ring. Now, Adrian earlier did try to tell Marinette, but she wasn't really paying attention. She had tunnel vision at the time where she was only thinking about giving the cat Miraculous to Alia. So, Adrian's just kind of like, well, I don't really know her and I don't know where she lives, so I'm just gonna give it to her when I see her in class. We have the same class, so it's not gonna be that long, like a day. So he doesn't really worry. He's gonna give it back eventually. But when he goes back to his dorm, Nino isn't there, but oh well. He decides to open the box because he got curious. What could be inside? Obviously, it's not too big. Maybe some accessories? Maybe she was working on something. He's curious. He's a curious little cat boy. And he gets Plague. Meanwhile, Marinette is still panicking. She goes home because she doesn't have a dorm. She doesn't live in the dorms because she lives close enough that she can walk, so she doesn't really see the need to be in a dorm. So she goes home to the bakery, and she doesn't want to tell Fu or Sabine or Tom because all of them know. They all know. She doesn't want to tell them that she lost the Miraculous, because that's the cat Miraculous, one of the two that can make a wish, and the more dangerous one because it can destroy the world. That would be horrible. She lost it on her first day that Master Fu trusted her with a Miraculous that wasn't her own. This is bad. So she tries to avoid questions, and they're watching the news in case, you know, they see someone get akumatized, because that would be on the news, right? That would be on the news. So Tom is just probably making dinner for all of them, and they're all like talking. Marinette's avoiding any questions about the cat Miraculous until on the news they get a warning about a villain. A guy in all black dressed like a cat with a belt for a tail and cat ears. He's dressed in like a more punk style. That will come in the next episode, but you'll find out. You'll find out about Adrian's design. Marinette's like, oh, yeah, I asked him to meet me there. I should get going. She's lying. So she does still have a secret from her family. It's just like not her identity. It's that she doesn't know the identity of the cat wielder. So she goes to where Cat Noir is, and it's like, who are you? Now, they do argue about him revealing his identity to her. He's like, that could be a risk. Girl, no. Girl, no. I'm not telling you who I am. But then Marinette's like, but I need to know. So, even though Cat Noir doesn't trust Ladybug, at least, well, he does trust her. He's seen the news. But, like, he does not trust, like, Ladybug herself. Like, he doesn't trust her with his identity because he doesn't want to lose these powers. He just got them. And he wants to be a cool hero just like her, you know? Like, he can't just not be a hero. That'd be insane. He wants this. So they argue about sharing his identity. It's basically like the reverse of what happens in the actual show, where Adrian wants to know Ladybug's identity, but Ladybug doesn't want to know his and doesn't want him to know hers because it could be a risk. So it's just the reverse, but Marinette wants to train him. And I think that's a good place to leave this episode off, maybe, probably. But yeah, that is that would be like the first episode of the rewrite. I am going to talk about this hypothetically as like a first season, a second season, and a third season, because I think 3 seasons would be reasonable for this show. Maybe I'll talk about it in like 5 seasons. But either way, that's the hypothetical first episode. So, what? I mean, it would only be like half, because after that, Hawkmoth would see them like arguing online and then send his guys. He'd send an Akuma to fight them while they're surprised, because this is the first time both the Miraculous he wants are there. So he'd like attack them, and Cat Noir would help Ladybug with her yo-yo for the first time, and she's actually using it because she has a ring around her middle finger to actually throw the yo-yo. Fun fact about the ring. That ring around her finger to hold like the yo-yo string, that is on her actual design. I have seen the model, I have seen it close up, and I know that because autism, probably. I noticed that. Like, that little design detail of having the ring to tie the yo-yo string around, I noticed that. But either way, she has that. Cat Noir helps her with that. And she's like, whoa, this is actually really easy. Why didn't I think about this before? So, yeah, they help each other out like that. Anyways, that is enough.